That's the loan that you will get. Okay, you won't get 1 crore 80 lakhs. So those are basic differences between products, the way they are seen in the Western market or in the developed countries, and between us. Now, these are little changes that we needed to do. The lending cloud that we are talking about, or the lending solution that we are talking about for better understanding, is a solution that takes into account the Indian requirements. So the Indian requirements are integrating into the India stack. The Indian requirements are for products which are specifically Indian. So that's the kind of capability that this solution will have.
Great. Just to say, an underwriter, as ma'am was talking about what an underwriter looks at in Indian context for Indian consumer. He or she looks at certain pieces of information that will be provided to that underwriter on the screen, which is specifically made for India. It has information pieces which are relevant for India requirements, and that's the way the underwriter can then take the decision on whether to lend money to this borrower.
So basically what it does, the time to market. Earlier you had to customize these things, now you don't even have to customize them, they'll come out of the box. So time to market gets reduced hugely. And that is very important for us. Today time to market reduction of that is very important. Any data that we keep is resident in India. As for security, the whole thing is totally dependent upon what kinds of data the company or the customer wishes us to use and wishes us to store. All data that is stored in any of our systems are 100% secure. So we use a number of security measures to ensure that data security and privacy both are maintained to the best extent.
For example, there are very specific people who look at that particular data. They can write those policies. When the data is transmitting between a location to the other from an integration perspective, that's also secure and encrypted. So as ma'am was talking about, whatever policy an organization has about securing their data, we provide right tools and technologies for them to manage it from visibility perspective, masking perspective, encryption perspective, transmission perspective, even analysis, and every type of data is treated separately, the PII and the other transactional data.
Well, we have two types of offerings. We have model offerings and then industry specific. Cloud, for example. Anybody who wants to manage a customer's journey from being a prospect to a customer, right, will typically use Sales Cloud. Any customer who wants to manage their ongoing interactions, their service experience, will use what we call Service Cloud. These are horizontal offerings that can be used by any customer in any industry. What we did in the last 5 years is we built industry clouds that sit on top of these horizontal offerings. Essentially, taking the underlying data foundation, but what we said was, we will create specific data models, right? I'll give you an example, not in the government cloud for now, but I could even take government cloud, right? We could take Aadhaar as the primary key for all data sitting inside our Gov Cloud, right? If I look at an auto cloud, right, it's no longer the customer's first name or last name, the VIN number of the vehicle becomes a starting point on which, so we build data models specific to every industry. And then what we said is we'll also build workflows. See, 95% of what we bring to the table is automation, efficiency, and the ability to automate workflows. So workflows are consistent, like we talked about in the lending cloud, right? There's a consistent workflow that happens once I enter customer information. The flow of work is from upfront customer acquisition into the underwriter, from underwriter to pre-disbursement to disbursement. Everybody and every customer should not have to build this flow. So we build it for our customers in the financial services cloud. We further tuned it for India in the lending cloud. So on a similar note, just coming back to your question, our customers in the government can use any of our horizontal products. In fact, we have a lot of customers today who are using Sales Cloud, right, in the public sector business. We have customers who are using Service Cloud, for example, right? We have customers who are evaluating our Marketing Cloud, our Commerce Cloud. Public sector cloud essentially brings a lot of very specific data models and workflows for governments that want to track initiatives, funding, insights in terms of what it is. So I think what you should expect is we are solutions that are used by customers around the world, as well as government-specific capabilities that our public sector cloud brings to the table. So that's on the solution, hopefully.
The important aspects that at every level, right? It might be at a local authority level, which is at the municipality level, or any other government entity. I might interact for what we call it as a citizen services. So you know what those citizen services are. Maybe inquiring about my tax, maybe talking about my property tax and various other things. So these citizen services, part of our public sector offering, as Arun was talking about, he also alluded and spoke about the benefits and the other areas, which are very specific to the way in which government engages with citizens, and citizens also engage with the government.